Hello, we're going to be talking about our hips. Our hips, they can get really tight, they hold a lot of tension, and when they get too tight, there's a few things that go on there. First of all, it prevents us from moving forward, moving with grace, because we're holding on to so much. But our hips also, they retain a lot of emotions, a lot of things that maybe we should let go of. So when we open up our hips, we actually give ourselves more flexibility, more mobility, but also we're releasing things that we're holding on to that no longer serve us. So let's go ahead and I'm going to walk you through a few hip opening stretches so that you can actually release any tension, release any emotions that you're holding on to, and move forward in life. So let's go ahead and come down onto our backs. And then let's go ahead and bring one knee to your chest and then the other. And you could have your hands on your thighs or on top of your knees, or you can roll your arms across your shins and just rock yourself side to side first a few times. We're actually giving ourselves a nice low back massage, beginning to open ourselves up, beginning to relax. And then let's go ahead and put our feet down onto the ground with your knees bent. Take your right foot and put it at the base of your left thigh and let that right knee open up to the right and flex in both feet. Now, this might be a good enough stretch for some people. If you need to go a little deeper into the stretch, take your left foot and lift it off the ground, guiding your left knee closer to your body. Remember to keep both feet flexed. And if you'd like, you can take your right hand and put it in between that space you just made with your legs, that circle. Now you can grasp your hands either behind your left thigh or on top of that left knee, but remember to flex those feet and keep that right knee out to the right. So if your foot is up, you can take your right elbow and press that right knee out. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw. If you're coming up off of the ground, maybe it's time to bring your foot down onto the earth so that you can keep your shoulders and back of your neck down on the ground. But if you can lift that right foot and keep your shoulders relaxed, go ahead and go for it. Now feel that tension in your hips. We're going to open up that tension, that tightness with our breath. So focus, inhale deeply, expanding that place that's holding on with your breath, opening yourself up. And then as you calm and completely exhale, relax. Because when you inhale, open up yourself, you're actually transforming your body. Your body's becoming new. So when you exhale, relax into that new body. And as you inhale, expand, open yourself up, you might be able to bring this knee closer to your body because you've opened up, your body's changed. And then remember to exhale and relax. So let's do one more big breath. Inhale, find that tension, find that place that you're holding up onto, opening it up with your breath. And then carefully, ever so gently, exhale, relax. Now, if your foot is off the ground, go ahead and bring it down onto the earth. And we're going to take our right leg and bring it up to the sky. Now, if you want, you can extend your left leg down onto the earth, or you can keep that left knee bent and have that foot on the ground. But we want to focus on inhaling, lengthening this right leg nice and long, and then exhale, carefully guide it closer to our chest. Again, your shoulders are relaxed, your jaw is relaxed. If you find yourself coming up, see what you can do to lower yourself. You might be able to bring your hands behind your thigh. Maybe they're going to be behind your calf. Maybe they're going to be at your ankle, or maybe you're grabbing your toe. But either way, you want to make sure your shoulders are relaxed, your jaw is relaxed. And if your left leg is on the earth, when you inhale, you're going to lengthen both the right leg and the left leg. So the left leg is engaged. And then carefully, ever so gently, guide this right leg closer to your body as you exhale. So you inhale, you're lengthening, going nice and long. And then exhale, see if you can bring that right leg closer to you. If your body's saying, nope, that's enough, then that's where you're at today, and that's okay. But what we want to do is keep reminding ourselves to inhale, lengthen, go long, and then just see where you are. See if you can bring your leg closer to your chest. And if you can't, there's no judgment. We're just seeing where we are today. So let's do one more big breath. Inhale, lengthen, nice long leg. And then exhale, carefully bring that right leg closer to your chest. And then let's go ahead and bend this right knee. Give yourself a little hug, pull it in close to your body. And then let's go ahead and take this right leg up into the sky again. Now, if your left leg is bent, go ahead and lengthen that left leg. And then let's go ahead and put your left hand on that left hip. And we're going to open up our right leg out to the right. So you might have your hand around your thigh. You might have that hand around your calf. Or you might have your right hand around that right big toe. But we're going to carefully guide this right leg out to the right, keeping this left hip on the earth. So when you start to lift that left hip, that's when you got to come back and make sure that you bring that left hip down. So you open up as far as you can, as long as you keep that left hip down. And then you're going to, again, inhale. See how long you can get that right leg and your left leg. And then exhale, maybe see if you can open up a little more. So inhale, lengthen that right leg, lengthen that left leg. And then exhale, see if you can get that right leg to open up more. Just seeing where you're at. There's no judgment. But the reason why we see if we can go a little more is because we want to grow. We want to transform. And if you just stay where you're at and not do anything, kind of go in autopilot, you're not going to have any transformation. You're not going to have any growth. So we don't want to sit here and just kind of hang out. We want to do our work. So inhale, lengthen, go long. And then exhale, see if you can go open a little more. And now let's go ahead and inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, let's carefully bring this right leg up into the sky. Go ahead and take your right knee, bend it, bring it down into your chest. Give yourself a hug. And now let's go ahead and take your right arm out to the right. And with your left hand, guide your right knee over your body and bring it down onto the left. Your right shoulder is going to stay on the earth. And if you'd like, you could take your head and roll it over to the right, looking over at your right arm. Or you could feel free to close your eyes. But find that sticky spot that's holding on into your hips. And inhale, opening yourself up. And then exhale, relaxing. So open yourself up with your breath by breathing into that spot that's holding on. And then exhale, relax into this pose, letting yourself open up even more with gentleness, with care. Let's go ahead and do one more big breath. Inhale and exhale. Now carefully guide yourself onto your back, keeping that right knee bent. Let's go ahead and bend that left knee so you've got both knees on your chest. Rock yourself side to side. Give yourself a hug. Give yourself a low back massage. And then let's go ahead and do the other side. So take your right foot, put it down onto the earth with your right knee bent. Let's take this left foot, bring it the base of your right thigh. You can open up your left knee here. This might be enough for you. Or you could go ahead and lift this right foot off of the ground, keeping that left knee out to the side. Bring that left hand in between that hole you just made with your legs. You can clasp your hands behind your thigh or on top of your knee, but flex both feet and guide that left knee out to the left with your left elbow. And then find that sticky spot where you're holding on. Inhale, breathe deep, open up that tension, opening yourself up with your breath. And then exhale, see if you can pull this left or your right knee closer to your body. Your breath is life. And so when you inhale and fill yourself up into the spots that you're holding on to, you're opening yourself up with life. And then as you exhale, you are relaxing. But what a beautiful way to release tension, to open yourself up and become more fluid by using life, by using your breath to open yourself up. So inhale, nice full breath, find that sticky spot, open yourself up, and then exhale, see if you can bring this right knee closer to your chest. And then let's carefully, ever so gently, bring that right foot down onto the earth, and then we're going to take our left leg up into the sky. Now you can extend that right leg down onto the ground, or you can keep that right knee bent. But relax your shoulders, relax your jaws. Maybe your hands are clasped around your thigh, maybe they're clasped around your calf or your ankle, or maybe you can take your 2-piece fingers and grab your big toe. But make sure that your shoulders are relaxed. And as you inhale, you're lengthening this left leg. And if your right leg is on the ground, that leg is lengthening too. And then ever so gently pull your left leg closer to your chest. But we're doing this ever so gentle, ever so kind. We're not forcing anything. We want to be kind to our bodies. We want to transform our bodies with kindness, because we want to bring kindness into our being. And that way we become a kinder person. So inhale, lengthen, see how long you can get your legs. And then exhale carefully, gently, see if you can pull this left leg closer to you. If your left leg is saying, nope, that's where I'm at today, that's where you are at today, and there is no judgment. Inhale, lengthen this nice long leg, and then exhale carefully, bring it closer to your chest. Go ahead and bend your left knee, pull it to your chest, and then let's go ahead and take your left leg up into the sky again. Put your right hand on that right thigh, and your left hand can be on your left thigh. It can be on the outside of your left calf. It can be on your ankle or your toe. But we're going to carefully guide this left leg out into the left, keeping this right hip down. As soon as that right hip comes up, bring that left leg up, put that right hip down, and then see how much you can open up this leg to the side by keeping your shoulders relaxed, keeping that right hip on the ground. And then again, we're going to lengthen, go long. See how long we can get this left leg, and engaging your right leg, and see if you can open up a little more. Lengthen your legs, both of them, as you inhale. And then exhale, see if you can bring this leg down just a little more. Let's do one more big breath. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, see if you can open up. If you'd like, go ahead and bend this left leg, and then carefully roll it back onto your back. Give this left knee a big old hug. And then let's take your right hand to the outside of this left knee. Take your left arm out to the left and carefully guide your right hand guiding your left knee over your body. Bring it down into the right. If keeping that left shoulder down on the earth. If you'd like, you could roll your head over to the left, gazing at your left arm, or even closing your eyes. But inhale, find those sticky spots, opening yourself up with life. And exhale, see if you can relax, go deeper into the stretch. Inhale, expanding, opening yourself up, bringing life into those places that are closed off. And exhale, release, go deeper into the stretch, relaxing into this new body. Inhale, opening up, find that spot that is holding on and opening up with your breath. And then exhale, calm, releasing that tension. opening yourself up and relaxing. One more big breath. Inhale. And then exhale, carefully roll onto your back. Left knee bent. Bring that right knee up into your chest. Have your hands either on your thighs, on your knees, or wrap your arms around your shins. Rock yourself side to side. Low back massage, giving yourself a hug. And then the last pose we're going to do is happy baby. So keeping your knees bent, take your feet up into the sky and grab the outside of your feet and try to have your elbows on the inside of your legs. So you're pulling your knees closer to the earth. Now some people like to stay here and really just focusing on bringing your knees closer to the earth. But you could also rock side to side. Sometimes this might help you open up your lower back, but also help you open up those hips. And if you'd like to smile, because this is what babies do. And you get to be childish and playful, just like them. Because in true self, we still have a child still inside of us. And then go ahead, bring your knees to your chest, give yourself a hug one more time, and then carefully roll over to one side and carefully guide yourself up. Now, I did that fairly quickly. I think I held onto each breath or each pose for about 5 breaths. But if you really want to open yourself up, you can do this on your own and just hold each pose, inhaling deeply and exhaling calm and complete. Try to see what it's like when you do it for 10 breaths. Or maybe first start out with 3 breaths, and the next time you do it, do 5. And the next time you do it, 7 and 10 and 12. But as you open up yourself even more, the longer you hold it, the more tension you're going to release, the more you're going to open yourself up, and the more you're going to release any of those emotions that you're holding onto that you no longer need. When you do this, you're going to change your body. So I encourage you to drink a lot of water, because you're opening up some toxins and releasing them. We want to flush those out of our system. So whenever you do any hip opening, finish it off with a nice big glass of water to really just rinse yourself out. Always take care of yourself, and thank you for being so good to yourself. Mwah.